Hello everyone, welcome to the very first episode of our My Team Career Mode on F1 2020. In case you don't know, it is actually our very first video on the channel. In case you're wondering, it is speed laps, and do make sure to subscribe and hit the like button because we're trying to grow as fast as we can. Now, let's actually talk a bit about the game. So, for our sponsor, we go for a quite high paying one, 4.6 million. In the form of TriStar. Now, if you're wondering why I did this, it is actually because I wanted the Mercedes engine. I didn't want something like the Ferrari engine, obviously. But we also wanted an okay teammate, and the best one we could get was Juan Manuel. So, that's the one we go for. Obviously, the sad thing is, I really would have gone for someone like Antoine Herbert, because for our respects, but sadly, we couldn't. Speaking of which, actually, no, not speaking of which, let's get into the interview.
Okay, we're live in 5, 4, 3.
Hello folks, and welcome to the HQ of Formula One's newest team. We've been invited backstage to gain an exclusive insight into what could be one of the most exciting entries in the sport for many years.
Alright, skipped a bit there. So, our questions. Now, if you're wondering, I did go for none to do with engine because of the Mercedes engine. Obviously, really we should have, but it gets us a pretty rounded out car in every single manner, which is which is aerodynamics and chassis is same on 4th worst, so pretty much 7th, and our engine is 5th worst, sorry, so 6th best, and that is pretty rounded out. Now the problem we're going to have is obviously our engine, despite being a Mercedes, is not going to be as good as stuff like Haas and Alfa Romeo, and surprisingly, it is going to be so much better than AlphaTauri, but that's really not surprisingly. It is a lot better. The AlphaTauri in this game has a reputation of not having a good engine. It's the same with the Red Bull. It's just them two good cars are just really good in the corners. Durability as well, we do get a very good. We get 3rd best. That is surprising towards me. So as you can see, there we are. Just started and we're already that high up. There's our engine status. So 5th worst. Again, 4th worst. It is at least we're above Alfa Romeo and all that. And 4th best, sorry. I'm sorry, like, why is our durability so good? That makes no sense. That actually doesn't, because, I mean, it's our durability. Also, can I just say, the main colours of this car are orange. But let's get into practice 1, actually.
Morning, boss. Jeff here. Thanks again for bringing me on board. You've found a lot of talented people for this team.
Alright, our first run out in the new car is a pretty clean looking car. I've got to say so myself. Pretty much fully orange with a bit of... Sorry, fully black with a few lines of orange. It really is nice. We've been lucky that we remembered to do the wing mirrors. So I have done it before, where I forgot to do the wing mirrors. That was annoying. But anyway, as you can see on screen right now, it's short qualifying now. Hopefully this goes well. So if this doesn't go well, we're going to be in for a problem. Now obviously this is a voiceover. I know how it goes. I recorded this yesterday and the day before. This had to go over 2 days because of timing issues. But lap 1, we're starting now. Can I just say that was very close to that car. So like, nudge like wrong and we would have hit that. But it wasn't the greatest lap we've ever done. I do struggle a bit around Australia. I just feel like it's one of those racetracks. It's classed as very easy, but really, towards me, I'd put this on a tier list as a tier C. It's good at some parts, but most it's just not the greatest. So lap 2 now though. Can we just admit, like seriously, I was great time here. 6 seconds until qualifying ends. We just about do it, so very lucky there. But as you can see, greens on all of them, so we have obviously improved at the minute. We're going to be a P20 qualification. That is not what we want. We want like P14 really. That's what we need to be aiming for. But we just don't get that well. And it ends up being a P18 qualification. It's not the greatest one we do. But anyway, next up is the race. Let's get off to you.
It's finally time once again to begin what promises to be another thrilling season of Formula One action. Pre-season times, subject of so much discussion in recent weeks, mean nothing now, as the cars line up to battle it out for points once again. So let's get this season underway. Welcome to the Australian Grand Prix. The Melbourne circuit is certainly one that needs to be taken seriously. Its combination of slippery surfaces and difficult corners make it a tricky track when it comes to overtakes. Drivers find it hard to pass and will need to take full advantage of those DRS zones if they want to have any hope of breaking through. Can Mercedes start with victory in their bid to win a 7th consecutive Constructors' title? Could Ferrari or Red Bull establish an advantage early on? And with 22 cars on the grid, how quickly can the new team find their footing? Well, it's great to be back, Anthony Davidson. We've got a lot to talk about this year.
That's right, Crofty. It felt like a long winter, but it's good to finally be back. I have to think the usual suspects will battle it out at the front, but there are always going to be some teething problems early on in the season, so whoever can keep on top of their issues will have the advantage today.
As I mentioned earlier, we're up to 11 teams this season, with a new entry run by, well, of all things, an owner-driver. That's something we haven't seen in this sport since Hector Raback over 4 decades ago. So how are they looking so far?
It's hard to imagine how a small operation like that could survive in the ruthless world of Formula One. And yet here they are, first ever race looking surprisingly strong. But there are no points for qualifying. Let's see how they fare in the Grand Prix proper.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying. The Finn starts from pole position and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Vettel, Norris, Alexander Albon and Ricciardo, Hamilton, Sainz, Perez and Esteban Ocon, Gasly, Leclerc, Lance Stroll and Grosjean, Correa, Magnussen, Kimi Raikkonen and the rookie, Kvyat, Giovinazzi, Russell and Nicholas Latifi. Now, it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Well everyone, qualifying, practice, everything we've done in this career goes off today and it is lights out and away we go for our very first race in our My Team career mode. Brilliant start by us actually. We end up making 2 positions, but both the Haas's are going to pressure both of our teams, both of us actually versing the same car. We have the car of Magnussen right in our rear end, sniffing up our rear end, and that is not exactly what you want. As you can see, he is right there. Not what you really want. Skipping ahead though, we have got in front of him, and it is Grosjean that we are now chasing down, and above him is actually our teammate. Now that is not nice, only because of qualifying is that he is in front of us. Not really what we wanted, but it is what's happening. He is in front of us, so we're gonna really want to catch him, because firstly, I don't want to be behind my teammate whole season. That is not good. He is not high rated. It's just because I do struggle around some parts of this track. I don't know how I actually saved half of this race, but we do still do well. In case you're wondering, it's a 25% race, so only 15 laps. Now that is a bit annoying to say. Obviously I don't want to say 15 more laps. I want to say last lap of the race, but it is not. And we have to still chase down the car of Magnussen, because we want to be challenging our teammate. We want to be in front of our teammate, obviously. But we also have to think about the team in this. We do want stuff like the Constructors Championship. Now that is going to be something we definitely eventually want, but I think that is definitely not something we're going to get in Season 1, with the likes of Mercedes and Williams are going to be pressuring us. Yeah, they probably will be the best car eventually, but not yet. And we've gone ahead, with a dive bomb there, we've gone ahead and overtaken Grosjean. Terrible go, though, through the chicane, and we just about save it. Still trying to go ahead and get our teammate, but by now I'm thinking maybe it's going to be the undercut attempts that actually saves us. So it's up to us, really, to think, do we go for the undercut attempt, or do we actually wait and go for the overcut attempt? And it was pretty obvious it had to be the undercut attempt. And DRS now enabled, though. It is lap 7 is when we actually go into the pits. So that is a while yet. We still have Stroll as well above us, Korea, sorry. And as you can see there, we are really getting in front of the Haas now. This shows how good this car is going to be and how much we're going to be able to fight this season. Maybe even for points. Now the points would be amazing. It would help us get rid of Juan Manuel. Now Juan Manuel, I mean, as good as he is not a teammate I really want to keep for the rest of the season. Now can I also just say, this wasn't the most interesting race I could have asked for an episode 1. It really wasn't, so like, yeah, I could have wanted a better race, but hopefully so this was actually, I recorded this 2 days ago. I've been editing it for 2 days. Yeah. I haven't even recorded Bahrain yet, so that I'm going to be recording straight after uploading this video, because Bahrain is something, it's my favourite track on the calendar, really. Sorry, no, Canada is. I love Canada. Bahrain is second. I just feel like Bahrain is one of those tracks. It was the first track I ever raced on in this game, so it's just been that one there for me. But anyway, the black car, can I just say, is looking really nice as well. Still in the rich mix, still trying to catch up to Juan Manuel. Can we also appreciate, this is a 21-minute video on a 25% race with me cutting a lot of it out. At the end, I do cut a lot of it out because it's just boring. Still trying to catch up to Juan Manuel, and we're not even near our pit chance now yet. So like, yeah, I want to be doing like loads of overtakes, insane starts, but it's not what we're gonna have yet. And next episode will not be as long as this. The only reason this is so long is because of the interview and all that stuff. So that is the only reason. As you can see, Grosjean and then Raikkonen. So P15, no matter what, that is a decent finish, but really we want P14. That's what I'm aiming for here, and maybe even, if we're lucky, P13, because, hold on, what was that behind there then? That was insane. That must have been about 4 wide, around like a 2 wide track. That is massively long. That is, jeez. Yeah, they're fighting it out, and then there's us. Couldn't I be in that fight? That'd be like so much content. It's all about the content. But anyway, guys, lap 6 now. We're getting close to our pit window. So pitting lap 7, I did guess, and I was right, which is good. We do have DRS, which is good. But as you can see, we're just not getting him. I feel like this car, as good as it is on the straights, it just kind of lacks in the corners. It's pretty fun to drive. Driving the Haas is boring. Any other car, fun. This one, struggling. I was really struggling to drive this car. I felt like through the corners wasn't that good. So I feel like we're gonna have to upgrade the aerodynamics next. But in case you don't know, it is now our pit last lap before our pit. So our pit window does open, so that's a good thing. In case you're wondering, my camera is just the T-pod and all that, and we just have the normal camera settings and everything on, so that is a good thing. But since I know you guys don't want to see the racing line, I think I've said this before, I did most of the voiceover yesterday, Yeah, I am doing a lot of this bit, which I do think a lot of you guys will enjoy. But as you can see now, we're going to get into the pits. Just need to get... voice crack. We just need to get through the last bits. Here we go. Just going to get in. Now, I am very lucky. I find it annoying with the pit lane and like the penalties. Okay, Mercedes just disappeared. That's normal. But... never mind that. Here we are. Now, a good thing about these is I never noticed they had the black S's. I never knew that. But anyway, lap 8. So we are down in P18, trying to get that undercut attempt to work. Really fighting it. Really pushing this car to its limits on this lap, because we really want this undercut attempt to work. And we're about to see if it does work. Teammate in the pits, we do get the notification. We're gonna see in a sec. We get the Jeff notification that the teammate is in pits, Juan Manuel, and just coming down the last straight. All right, here we go. We can't see him yet. We've got Latifi to overtake, and then we can see him. There it is on the map. The undercut attempt has worked. Brilliant strategy call. To put us in first. I probably would have said, even if I was first, yeah, I want to go in, because I feel like the undercut attempts around Australia can really work if you push this car as well as you can. I mean, saying that, it depends what type of track it is. I think the new tyres really do heat up quickly, the more corners there is. I think that's how it goes. So, I'm not like a full-on F1 nerd. I do love F1, but I'm not like, oh yeah, the aerodynamics on this car could be a little bit better and all that. Nah, I'm not like that. I don't know anything about the aerodynamics of chassis, but we're about to see the undercut attempt work drastically. In case you're wondering, it was a 3 seconds lead. I really would have hoped it cut into a T-pod there. My editing, yes. But yeah, 3 seconds, and he's about to pressure us right now. Oh, I think this is actually the last lap. It is. So guys, the last lap, he's about to pressure us, and the Haas, I don't know why he would have pressured us there. That is the corner you don't want to pressure us, and he's lost a position because of that. That is not my fault. That is theirs. He's just pressured us and lost that position. And as you can see, it's a P13, I believe. We're just going to see. Yeah, no, it is a P14. Brilliant finish, though, can I just say. P14, just what I could have hoped for. It really is a good finish. But anyway, guys, enjoy.
A great race then, and a fantastic victory here at Albert Park. And talk to me. What do you think it was that sealed the win for them?
I'd say it was down once again to good, consistent driving, nailing the corners, working to the track conditions, and perfecting the team's strategies. They got all of these things right today, and the results speak for themselves.
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team, and they certainly deserve it.
So everybody, thank you for watching. Gonna have the highlights in the background at the end of every single episode. Sadly though, it doesn't like show actually the best clips of it. But yes, so basically what I did want to talk about is this, yes, was my first ever video. So it really was fun making. I do have another channel, but I'm gonna be putting priority on this one. Because I enjoy, so on the other channel I do a lot of stuff, games like Minecraft. F1, my favourite game. I kind of did want to, I couldn't do F1 on that channel. I mean, that channel is a mess. It's a mess, I've got to say that. This channel, it's just solely going to be focused on F1, a few racing games dotted around it, but by racing games I mean like one video off, a one-off video about Need for Speed or like something like that, which I will oddly do. The new Crew 2 update has come out today actually, so I may want to do a video on that. That could be pretty good. But we are going to be solely focused around F1. I feel like there isn't enough F1 YouTubers out there. It's a game that so many people play, and so many little YouTubers are out there. So I feel like I really wanted to dive in and get that. That's how I feel as well. Now this race wasn't the most interesting. Hopefully Bahrain will be a bit more interesting. I may be thinking about changing the livery on episode 6 as well. The new Podium Pass is out and I hate it, so definitely not using it. I was going to buy it and then I thought, oh god no, it looks disgusting. So yeah, I'm not buying any of that. But anyway guys, that has been it for me today. That was our very first episode on our My Team career mode. Do hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in episode 2. Goodbye for now.